scheduled for 10. Roach at 31-4 with 11 knockouts. Here's a good look at Freddie. Carlos Bryant is 17-5. But first, here's Al to provide us with a look back at Freddie Roach's last 2 fights.
The ESPN Junior Lightweight title was up for grabs when Freddie Roach faced Louis Burke April 14th here in Las Vegas. It produced one of our best fights in 1983, and Freddie got off quickly, here scoring well in round 5. By the 7th, with Burke cut, the fight was a wild brawl, and Freddie's early lead appeared to be eroding. And in the 9th, it was Burke who came back to take control of the fight. Freddie Roach appeared to be tiring, and Burke was hitting him with some big shots. With a badly swollen left eye, Roach battled on into the 12th round, and both fighters felt they needed this last round for a win. They battled furiously in the final seconds, and both fighters were tired. The fight went the distance, and Burke got the nod and the ESPN crown and left a disappointed Freddie Roach. Roach came back on June 30th to face Ronaldo Zaragoza. Roach looked sharp in this fight, and he knocked the southpaw down in the 5th round, flashing the hand speed and combination punching that had made him a world-ranked super bantamweight. Freddie Roach dominated this fight and knocked out Zaragoza in the 8th round.
There's a good look at Freddie Roach, who says this fight is a must-win to get a crack at somebody in the top 10. Let's go up to the ring, and ring announcer Chuck Hull.
Ladies and gentlemen, the referee assigned for the next bout of the evening, Mr. Davy Pearl. This is the main event of the night. 10 rounds of boxing in the junior lightweight division. Introducing in the red corner, fighting out of Pomona, California, weighing in at an even 130 pounds. His professional record consists of 17 wins and 5 defeats. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Bryant. And in the blue corner, from Las Vegas, Nevada, he weighed in at 130 1/2 pounds. His professional record consists of 31 wins and 4 defeats. Introducing, ladies and gentlemen, the very popular Freddie Roach.
Listen to me. Pay attention to me. When I tell you to break, I want you to step back and break clean. Get that straight? If you don't, I'll take points away from you. Watch your low blows, watch your holding and hitting. Now, if you knock your opponent down, I put you in the neutral corner. Don't come out until I tell you to come out. You understand that? Or else we'll stop the clock. Shake hands now. Good luck.
10 rounds.
All right, Davy Pearl with those words. Carlos Bryant, 17-5, 8 knockouts out of Pomona, California. He'll be wearing the red trunks, 29 years of age, 5'8", 130, opposed by Freddie Roach. Roach wearing the white trunks with the blue trim. He's been boxing for 13 years already. It's hard to believe. Hopes to retire at the age of 25. He's a veteran at 23. Looks so young, they ID him in the casinos. He gets thrown out, he says. That's something that has never happened to Al Bernstein. Only kidding, Al. Round 1 scheduled for 10.
I've always behaved in the casinos.
That's all that counts. And you wear a tie. Freddie Roach, very popular. His last fight, June 30th, impressive 8th round knockout of Ronaldo Zaragoza, as you saw in Al's tape. That was right here at the Showboat. And Carlos Bryant, February 27th, impressive victory over Charm Chatuli in Las Vegas.
And we saw Chatuli last year on our Saturday night at the Fight Series on one of the undercards, and I'll tell you, he's a very fine fighter, and that win by Bryant was a big upset. It shocked the boxing observers here on the West Coast.
So the two feeling each other out here in the first round. Freddie Roach with a complete section to himself here as a rooting section. The softball team that he coaches. He's a salesman of advertising products when he's not in the ring. He's got his people here with him tonight. Cheer him on.
For those that have not seen Freddie before here on ESPN, and of course he's been seen here often, he's got a very good jab, a good right hand, and when he's effective, he punches in combination.
We just saw his brother Pepper. He considers Pepper the quickest of the three brothers. He says Joey, who we haven't seen yet tonight, has the best punch. But Freddie, of course, the more experienced of the three, and they all work together very closely with their dad, Paul, who's in the corner.
And as you mentioned, Eddie Futch not here tonight with Freddie Roach. He is with Larry Holmes, training for the fight with Scott Frank. And I asked Freddie today, is there much difference when he's not there? And he said, well, not really, because my dad's trained me since I was a kid, and he knows my moves very well.
Eddie Futch, of course, the man who was blamed by Alexis Arguello for the loss against Aaron Pryor last November. But in a press conference this past July, I heard Alexis apologize to Mr. Futch. But Alexis, a classy guy, and, well, in less than 2 weeks, he'll be going against Mr. Pryor again in the great rematch. But back to this fight right here. We're in the first scheduled for 10, 23-year-old Freddie Roach in the white, 29-year-old Carlos Bryant in the red. Don't go away. We'll return to the Showboat in Las Vegas for more Top Rank Boxing in a moment.
N-I-S-S-A-N, one heck of a hunk of a truck. Introducing the new Nissan S.
Roach won by a very small margin. It certainly wasn't a dominant round for him, but he did most of the damage.
All right, Roach moved up to the junior lightweight division. Just last year, he's compiled a 5-1 record as a junior lightweight, the 130-pound weight class. That includes a knockout over Bobby Papillon in February. Roach in the white, Bryant in the red. If you're just joining us here on ESPN, Steve Albert, Al Bernstein ringside in Las Vegas.
And for Bryant, this is certainly the biggest fight he's ever had. It's the first time he's been on national TV. He said Freddie Roach is the most well-known opponent that he has faced. He said, this is a big chance for me. He said, but I feel loose. He said, I think Freddie Roach has more to lose by losing this fight than I do.
Well, Roach is optimistic that a victory over Bryant tonight will give him a shot at an opponent rated in the top 10. He feels he is due. He's talking about a possible bout with Kenny Wagner. Wagner, of course, was supposed to meet Ray Mancini. Mancini suffered that broken collarbone. Wagner is now signed to fight Livingstone Bramble.
And that will be our second Saturday night at the fights on, I think, the 24th of next month. And that should be an excellent fight.
First one, of course, is Saturday, September 17th with White Braxton and John Davis. Right here, it's round 2, scheduled for 10. They tangle in the center of the ring. Davey Pearl has to untangle the two.
So far, I'm sorry, Steve, so far Roach has not been able to get his jab on track, and so that right hand hasn't been the big weapon. I'm a little surprised at that.
Bryant categorizes himself as a boxer puncher. I asked him his best weapon. He says everything. Kind of narrows it down. And Freddie Roach, you've been pointing out his style. He likes to feel his opponent out in the depth for the most part. And what will be, will be. Oh,
right
thumping right, yeah, by Carlos Bryant to the head of Roach.
And that is the punch he used to beat Chatula.
Bryant had an impressive amateur career, won 38 of 43 fights. He was 10th in the nation in the 132-pound division. Roach, 150 amateur fights, won 141. Don't go away. More Top Rank Boxing coming up in just a moment.
Hey, Tommy Lasorda.
3 scheduled for 10. Here we go. Junior lightweights, Carlos Bryant in the red, Freddie Roach in the white. Freddie Roach with a lot of vocal support here. He makes his home in Las Vegas. He was born in Dedham, Mass, where his mom is a boxing judge, but as Al pointed out, doesn't like to watch. It's not easy to see your son get hit. Now both fighters just measuring each other out. It's like two mannequins for a second.
This fight has definitely turned into a chess match, and we talked about styles. There's Freddie Roach's girlfriend, and you can see that she is intent watching the action. We've seen her before. She gets very vocal often during the course of a fight, especially when Freddie is doing well.
Right now she is sort of following the course of the fight. Very low key at this particular juncture.
But she doesn't look happy.
No, she doesn't.
Well,
very intense.
Freddie is off to kind of a slow start here. He's certainly not losing or anything, but he's not putting his punches together as well as we might expect him to.
As we continue to watch the girlfriend of Freddie Roach, now she's beginning to vocalize a little bit. She had her fingers crossed just before, you saw. Now back to the action. Roach 31-4, 11 knockouts. Bryant 17-5 with 8 KOs. In the corner of Freddie Roach, one of the guys in the corner is former heavyweight Ron Lyle, along with Dad Paul Roach. Bryant has Tony Serta Sr. in his corner. That right by Bryant picked off by Roach with under a minute in round 3. So we'll see if things begin to heat up here.
Well, early on in this fight, you get the feeling that it has the makings of perhaps a surprise, because Freddie Roach unable to really get untracked offensively. And it isn't that Bryant's doing that much, but he's preventing Freddie Roach from really doing any serious damage.
Bryant pretty much following the pattern of a defensive fight as Roach tries to move in on Carlos. Time winding down here in round 3. Freddie's brother Pepper just lost the unanimous decision to Shorty Almaguer, if you're just joining us. It's the second time all 3 Roach brothers are on the same card together. So round 3 becoming history here in Las Vegas. Don't go away. We'll be back with more.
I'm a chauffeur.
They move in for round 4, scheduled for 10. Al, how do you have it so far?
I've got this fight dead even at 29-29. I give the last round to Bryant, and he is, I think, doing a very good defensive job. He is slipping punches extremely well, and he's got Freddie a little frustrated at this point.
Freddie's girlfriend had a few things to say between rounds. We had a shot of her earlier when she was kind of subdued, but she got it going between rounds. Let's see if Freddie does. They score on a 10-point must system in Nevada. Free knockdown rule is in effect. The scoring by 3 judges. The referee, in this case Davey Pearl, not involved in the balloting. Both punching at the same time and no damage.
There's Roach going to the body. Freddie doesn't get as much credit as he ought to for being a good body puncher, but the reason for that is he's not a devastating puncher in general, so people aren't aware that he does such good work to the body.
Roach trying to untangle himself and opening up against Carlos Bryant. Crowd loves it. No holding, says Mr. Pearl to Carlos Bryant. Midway through the 4th round.
There's the jab of Freddie Roach, and as I said, that's a punch that's been dormant in this fight.
So Freddie Roach looking to dictate the tempo here as this fight progresses. Up to this point, according to Al's scorecard, dead even. Roach more effective now.
But he's also missing a lot. Bryant, very effective at slipping punches. He has shown good defensive ability here, though he's not gotten untracked too much offensively.
Right, very elusive. He stuck out that left jab. Again, a lot of bobbing and weaving right dead center of the ring. Less than 30 seconds in the 4th round. Jabs by both connecting. There's a left shot out by Roach, but deflected off Bryant's head. Nice right uppercut by Freddie Roach.
And, you know, in this fight, we have fighters of two very similar styles, and I think that's part of the reason why we haven't seen many fireworks.
So things are being kind of balanced out here, both nullifying each other as we look at the girlfriend of Freddie Roach again with that intense look on her face.
All right.
Between rounds 4 and 5.
You know, he's holding her, grabbing her. We'll pull one punch and fall inside. And one punch, take a little half step back and go a hook and punch. Get the rhythm going, and punching going. Huh? Okay. Come on, stop putting it together. Okay?
To my eye, I feel okay, it's all.
He ain't as tough as you are.
You don't have to hold this guy to beat him. You're both doing it. You're both doing it.
All
All right.
Pick it up. Come on. Let this guy hold you. Punch him. Keep at him.
And a look now at Carlos Bryant as he gets ready for round 5. Round 5 scheduled for 10. You heard Davy Pearl, the referee, come in and make reference to the holding by Freddie Roach. Now the scoring now.
Freddie Roach, I thought, won the last round by a very narrow margin, and got him ahead 39-38. Again, unofficial. Judges here may be seeing it differently. We should hasten to point out that Freddie Roach fights here often, but I don't think these judges have been exceedingly kind to him in the past. For instance, when he lost to Louis Burke and lost the ESPN title, good right by Bryant, I thought Roach won the fight. Then Burke came in from New Mexico, and Roach was the hometown fighter, but still, the decision went to Burke.
You think perhaps they might go out of their way not to show favoritism? That happens sometimes.
It's possible, because he is seen so often here and is a local fighter. That would be a rarity in boxing, however.
Okay. That left falling short by Bryant in the red. There's a left that connected by Freddie Roach in the white. But as you pointed out, both with similar styles, nullifying each other's strong points, at least up till now. Good movement, though, by both men. Right uppercut, no damage by Roach. And left jab stuck out by Bryant. Out off the tip of the nose of Roach.
I would think that Bryant would want to pick up the pace here, because he is fighting a fighter certainly with a bigger reputation, more well-known, and Freddie seems to be trying to make the fight a lot more than Bryant.
Bryant looking to upset Freddie Roach, former world-ranked super bantamweight, now fighting junior lightweights, his 7th fight in this category, 130 pounds. He's 5-1 since moving up in class. Some sprinkling of boos now from this crowd, not appreciative of the action. A minute remaining in round 5. You can hear it.
This is a very tactical fight. Obviously not a lot of wild action as we had in the Roybal Horn fight. And let's face it, it's not as pleasing for the crowd.
Both punches being picked off by both fighters. Two good defensive battlers. Both kind of jockeying for position. Time runs down in the 5th round. And the booing continues. 10 seconds and counting in round 5. Don't go away. More top-ranked boxing just around the corner. And round 6 scheduled for 10. Freddie Roach and Carlos Bryant. The fans who were booing during the last round are now cheering, looking for some activity. They have not been entertained. And Freddie Roach looking to grant them their wish.
Roach has done more to try and make this fight, I think. But for Carlos Bryant, he's fought a very tactical fight, and maybe this is the kind of fight he needs to fight to beat Freddie Roach, but he's going to have to get going a little bit offensively if he anticipates doing that.
Well, Roach says this is a must-win situation in order to get a shot at somebody in the top 10. It is the 6th round. This is the co-main event. Mardo Roybal scored a knockout in the 5th round against Dennis Horn in the other feature tonight. And Pepper Roach, the brother of Freddie, lost to Shorty Almaguer in the last fight.
Bryant getting his jab untracked a little bit, and he's done a little bit better offensively this round. He comes in here off a 10-round win over Pedro Arredondo after that win against Chatula.
So this chess game rages on with a minute 30 remaining in the 6th round.
Roach is trying to go downstairs to the body, and he figures if he can't hit Bryant in the head, go downstairs, and that's not a bad idea.
Well, we'll see how that strategy works. Bryant measuring Roach out, glancing blow with the left. Smattering of booze. Both fighters obviously aware of what's going on, aware that the boos are coming, but both are just, they don't want to do anything silly to hurt their chances here.
Been a good round for Carlos Bryant. He has come back and I think fought probably his best round of the fight.
Davey Pearl with a chagrin look on his face. Right uppercut by Bryant, but did seem to faze Freddie Roach. We'll be back with more Top Rank Boxing. Stay with us. We advance on into the 7th round scheduled for 10. The foot stomping now begins here at the Showboat in Las Vegas. Now the scoring as you see it.
A very slight edge for Freddie Roach. Last round I gave to Bryant. He was certainly the more effective of the two fighters. And Freddie Roach has gotten lulled into a kind of a, well, just a slow pace here with Bryant.
Both fighters seem to be mesmerized. It has not been an action-filled fight, unlike the other feature, Roybal and Horn. Blood streaking from the nose of Freddie Roach. And the crowd chanting, Freddie, Freddie.
Of course, they would like to see him do some good. Bryant is starting to get his jab untracked, and you see it pecking away at the nose of Freddie Roach. Bryant has a slight reach and height advantage, and that has bothered Freddie throughout this fight.
Bryant at 5'8", 130. Roach checks in at 5'7", 130 and a half. Jabs by Freddie Roach, but not having much effect on Bryant. Is very elusive. And this war of nerves continues.
And for a fighter like Roach, who does not have a big knockout punch, very difficult for him when he gets in close fights. If he gets behind, he doesn't have the capacity to win with a knockout by that one punch.
That exchange right there, but most of those punches by Roach being deflected by Bryant, covered up well.
Carlos Bryant very confident coming into this fight. He said, Freddie Roach is catching me as I'm peaking. This is as good as I fought. And he is 29 years of age, got a late start in boxing.
Roach only 23, he's been boxing for 13 years.
And now Freddie Roach, a little desperate, I guess, because he feels the fight just isn't going the way he wants it to, is coming in and getting hit with counter shots by Bryant.
Round 7 is closing down. 30 seconds and counting. Uppercuts by Freddie Roach, but falling short. Bryant able to wiggle away. Bryant looking very confident in there. Blood around the nose of Freddie Roach. Top Rank Boxing continues on ESPN. This has not been a fun night for Freddie Roach. Not whatsoever. Carlos Bryant looking very fresh here in round number 8. The advice from Ron Lyle, the former heavyweight in the corner of Freddie Roach. Get those combinations going, but come up through the middle. Let's see if he heeds that advice. Or at least if he can. Here's a good counter by Bryant to the head of Roach.
You can see the confidence building in Carlos Bryant as this fight wears on, Steve. He feels, I belong in the ring with this fighter, whatever his reputation and his record, and I can make something good happen in these last few rounds.
No question about it. Bryant at 17-5, only 8 knockouts, but looking to upset Freddie Roach in Freddie's hometown, Las Vegas. Bryant just oozing with confidence right now.
No, matchmaker Mel Greb often does no favors for well-known fighters when they come in here and he finds people to match him with, and that's the case again tonight for Freddie Roach.
No knockdowns in this fight. Midway through the 8th round, crowd comes alive as Roach does. There's a looping left by Roach. A right hand by Roach to the head of Bryant. But Bryant seems undaunted.
Freddie Roach almost seems a bit desperate here with those punches. A little bit wild, but he is doing more offensively than he was earlier, that's for sure.
Crisp right and then a left by Fred Roach. Under 1 minute remaining in the 8th round.
Now that left jab by Roach was a quick jab, and he has good hand speed. Bryant had no problem slipping it.
There's a left hook by Bryant that got in. And the right attempt by Roach was covered up by Bryant. Deflected by the left hand.
And absent tonight has been the combination punching of Roach. He has not put his punches together as well as he'd like, and that is what his corner has repeatedly told him to do.
Trainer Ron Lyle was advising Mr. Roach to do just that, but we haven't seen it. 10 seconds and counting in round 8. With a very, very close fight. Carlos Bryant looking to surprise Freddie Roach will follow Roach into his corner.
Here. What do we got? Get it? All right, there's a better round. Still not putting them together. You went up the middle. You went up the middle with the right uppercut. His head was fucking up in the air, and you then come across the left hook right here. You hit this guy over him right hand. You hit him on right hand. I know it. You hit him on right hand. You hit him off with the left hook. Come on, stop putting 2 and 3 punches together. Hey, buddy. Ninth round. Ninth round. Here you go, here you go.
Well, they seem awfully frustrated in that corner. Freddie Roach, corner, Carlos Bryant bouncing around, raring to go for round 9, scheduled for 10.
And it looks like we are headed for yet another close and perhaps controversial 10-round decision here at Top Rank Boxing. What else is new?
Another close encounter of a different kind as we check out Mr. Bernstein's unofficial scorecard.
Well, I've got Freddie Roach winning 77-76. I gave him the last round. These rounds are so close that, you know, they really could go either way. So any way this fight would be scored, I could see it, although I do think it's a close fight.
Well, they just pick up where they left off. Center of the ring, measuring each other out. They want Roach to go up the middle with combinations. There's a fist combination by Bryant. And there comes Roach back.
And that was one of the few times Roach has put 2 or 3 punches together in this fight.
That's what his father was urging him to do between rounds. But Bryant just seems too slippery. Good left jab by Bryant. A miss by Roach. Bryant is quick. And a right by Bryant.
Bryant slipped the left jab by Freddie Roach and came over it with his own right. Bryant, a very clever fighter.
A sharp overhand right by Bryant that tagged Freddie Roach. Midway, round 9.
And if Carlos Bryant wants this decision and what it could do for his boxing career, this is the time right now for him to come forth and try and get it.
He wants a shot at an opponent rated in the top 10, and he needs a victory here. Pretty good exchange right there. Time is running out. A wild miss by Freddie Roach. But he comes right back in on Carlos Bryant. Another miss. Bryant is just so elusive.
And those punches by Roach missing over the top, which is why they wanted to come with the uppercut.
Bryant continues to be frustrated by, or Roach continues to be frustrated by Carlos Bryant. Coming up to 20 seconds left in the 9th round. Roach moving in on Bryant, but to no avail. Don't go away. We'll be right back. They touch gloves for the 10th and final round. You cannot get any closer. Yeah.
How close is it? It's even. I've got it 70 or 86 to 86, and that's unofficial, as we've said all along. But the judges have got to be seeing this as a very close fight. And if I was either of these fighters, I would think that the issue would be decided in this last round.
Paul Roach was face to face with his son Freddie in the corner between rounds, and he said, "It's just too even. You have to take this final round." It's as simple as that. But it's been a tactical war up to this point. And I don't mean war in the sense of an action-packed fight.
Now, Freddie Roach knows what it's like to wait agonizingly for that decision. He has had to do that in 25 of his professional fights. Only 11 he's won by KOs. And I'll tell you what, he has won and lost his share of close decisions.
Pretty much the same for Bryant, who hasn't had as much pro experience as Roach, but he's had only 8 knockouts in 17 victories. So this is it. The 10th round. Bryant is on his bicycle. He is ready to go. He's hopping all over the place.
Well, he may feel that he has this decision locked up, and that's why he's moving around the ring.
Roach doing the pursuing. Halfway, round 10. Roach is trying to pull his way in now and continues to move in on Bryant.
If Carlos Bryant loses this fight, he will have only himself to blame. He has gone rounds like this one where he's been very inactive and thrown very few punches.
Under 1 minute remaining in the fight.
He's let Freddie Roach steal the first half of this round, even though Roach hasn't done that much damage.
And Roach missing with that right. But Roach has been the aggressor here in the 10th round. So we're closing down under 30 seconds in the fight. There's a left hook by Roach that got in there to the head of Bryant. You have to wonder why Bryant is fighting so defensively here in the final round. I mean, confidence is one thing. But you can't have it. There's no way you can think it's sewed up. Well, this is going to be an interesting decision. That's it. It's all over. The two hug. The boos from the crowd. Not happy.
Well, for Carlos Bryant, as you look at him, he may feel that he has at least kept himself in the hunt by going 10.
So we'll come back with this decision between Freddie Roach and Carlos Bryant. Don't go away. We'll be back in just a moment.
ColecoVision, the only system you'll ever need.
It is time now, Al Bernstein, for the dramatics. We await the decision between Freddie Roach and Carlos Bryant. Chuck Hull has it in the center of the ring.
Ladies and gentlemen, all three judges, Dave Moretti, Lou Tabbitt, and Dalby Shirley, score the bout 96-94. For the winner by unanimous decision, Freddie Roach.
Freddie Roach, you can hear the mixed reaction from this crowd. Roach unanimous decision, 96-94. Very, very close to Al Bernstein's figures. So Freddie Roach now 32-4. Bryant falls to 17-6. Big win for Roach. Stay with us. We'll have an interview coming next.